Hello, hi, good evening. Thank you, Balaji, for joining in. We're going to start off the session now. Uh, we will let other students who's joining in as in when they come in. Once again, good evening. Thank you all for joining in for the session today. I'm Uzman Nishad representing ISB-IISC for students who's looking to do their studies in Germany for bachelor's or master's program. I also have our alumni Sahil who is on the call. Sahil, it would be wonderful if yes, we can see you. Lovely to see you after a year or two. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And I also have Mr. Balaji Ayyappan, who is our CEO, founder of ISB. I'm going to pass over the conversation to Mr. Balaji and Sahil for further communication. We are going to talk all you need to know about how a student can be successful going to Germany for studying, how cost effective, how a student life in the country, and comparatively to other countries, how well you could get settled and work in Germany, we are going to discuss about. Thank you once again, everybody, for being in the session. I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Balaji.
Thank you, Usma. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. So glad to see all the participants. Uh, my name is Balaji Ayyappan, founder of ISB Student Colleague. Today is a very special talks, I would say, alumni talks, because we have brought in some of our alumni students who have graduated from us and now studying in different German university. So this is not like a formal session. We would be letting our speakers share their experience of studying in Germany, and the way they came here, graduated, and then started the university. So this is more like a conversation. So just to give you insights about how the process works and how you can also come here and start your bachelor's. So without taking any further ado, I would directly talk with Sahil. So first of all, hi Sahil, how are you?
Hello, sir. I'm very good. Thanks for having me and glad to see you again. It's
Yes,
been long.
glad to see you.
And I'm sorry, my voice might be a bit harsh because I have this seasonal allergy from pollen right now. So,
Poland, same here. I just got it
yeah.
yesterday with Poland. But it's so the people who don't know, so Poland is a very common allergy when the summer starts. It's like a small dust from the tree. So when you inhale it, it really messes up your health system. But that's common here. So,
Yeah.
okay, other than that, I hope all is fine with you, Sahil.
Everything's going perfect. I love the university. I love the life here right now. It's going just perfect. Couldn't be any better.
Okay, so that's exactly what we wanted to, discuss with you today. So, Sahil, tell a small brief about, from where you come from. I know that you come from India, but for the viewers, just tell them from where you're coming from, and that you graduated from us, and then after graduation, what are you doing now? Where are you? Take a very small brief if you can introduce about yourself. That would be fantastic.
Okay. First of all, hello everyone. I'm Sahil Srijan. I'm 20 and I'm from India. Like I'm native of Patna. It's a small town in India, but currently I live in Greater Noida. Like, okay, I live in Berlin, but kind of have my secondary residence there. I think I came back in Germany a couple of years back. Um, I was enrolled in ISB that time to do my student colleague. It's kind of a preparatory course that international students have to do before they get enrolled in a bachelor's program. I remember when I came here, and to find an accommodation in Germany is a needle in a haystack. But ISB did arrange accommodation for me. Thanks a lot for that. And they did help me out with the paperwork, the bureaucracy here. It's kind of tricky, but I got everything done in less than 3 or 4 months, I guess. I got my visa and everything. So when I came here in 2021, Germany was under partial lockdown, but still, I think I could interact with my fellow students, my classmates. I remember like I was having a bit problem with the German language. I spoke to Balaji sir regarding this, that I have these issues. I don't think that I can clear C1 language because I personally think that I didn't really study that hard. I'm not saying it's tough, but it's just a personal thing that I found it tough. So he introduced me to an English program as well. I remember. So it was kind of an alternative for me, and I could see a clear direction in that path. So I graduated the English taught student colleague from ISB last summer. Then I applied for different universities, and currently I am enrolled in Harteway. In English, it translates to HTW Berlin. Its full form is Hochschule für Technik und Wirtschaft, which is like University of Applied Sciences Berlin. And life in Berlin is awesome. It's just amazing. To be a student here, it's just amazing.
But Sahil, you should talk about your university. I know the Berlin life is fantastic. Everybody knows Berlin is great.
So I do.
Thank you. Just a small brief for our audience. So Sahil graduated last year, and he waited for the right, opportunity to write university. So he waited, a few months to join his, choice of university, and then he got into HTW. But not only HTW Berlin, I think he also got admission to a couple of more universities. So that is what the best part, studying with us. You are not limited to one or two university. You have the entire German universities open for you, and this gives you the flexibility to choose what you really wanted to do. So Sahil, that's what he did. He looked into all three universities and looked into the modules, and whichever he basically liked and which aligns with his interest, and he chose. So Sahil, if you can tell more on that, why did you choose HTW, and what are the other universities, and on top of that, why did you choose for HW? What made you to choose?
Yeah, thank you, sir, for correcting me. And I forgot to mention that I did apply for OTH Hamburg-Weiden in a couple of courses called Digital Technology and Management and International Business, and then Hochschule Fulda for the same course, International Business. And then I applied for STW Berlin for again the same course, International Business. So the thing that really stood out for this university that I opted for, STW Berlin, they have very serious and very good international tie-ups. So, and I have to do a semester abroad, so I can choose any countries that they have tie-ups with. I think they have tie-up with 170 different universities based in 112 different countries. So I think the exposure that I get from here by the time I graduate is going to be really beneficial for me in the long run and for my career. And I like the module structured here. I can opt for any modules I like right now. If I'm not comfortable, then I can opt it for a later semester as well. So I don't really have a pressure that I have to be, in the same pace as my other peers, because like everybody has their certain limitations. I might be good in a certain subject. I might not be in other ones. So I like that this particular university is very flexible in those cases. So that's why I opted for. And again, Berlin has a lot to offer, like if you're an international student. So it was just like fitting my requirements perfectly. So that's why I opted for STW Berlin.
Perfect. So, as we understand, in Germany, one of the biggest advantages for you is flexibility. So you can able to choose the modules which you wanted to study this semester, or maybe if you wanted to do it the next semester. So there is a slight flexibility in Germany. So that makes you things much more easier. So that's what Sahil has opted for HW and other universities, because like you said, certain limitations you might have, and you need to work on that. And so this kind of courses gives you that flexibility. Okay, maybe this semester I would do 3 modules or 4 modules, and the next semester I can go ahead and do a little bit more. So you can test your waters and see how you can, because you all come from very different background. I think Sahil, your classmates could be from very different nationality. They come from different places, so they should all come together and adapt to the German system and learn together. So how's your classes are going on? So give us some insights about what are you doing on an everyday basis, how different it is from from other countries. Just a small brief on that.
One thing, sir, that you rightly mentioned, I'll say this particular class is very diverse. I have my classmates are from 30 different countries. I don't think Okay, sorry. So if I talk about my classes, the thing that I love here the most is that I can learn things by doing it. The teaching system here is like they prepare you for, directly for the corporate, for the industry. They just don't, give you some theoretical insights and then you have to apply it yourself. You have to figure out, you have to figure your way out. No, there's no one to guide you. It's not the case here. I think in this particular country, if I say, if you say how is it different from other countries, so I've just experienced the Indian education system and the German one, so I can compare it to the Indian education system. I'll say when I graduated my high school in India, first the thing is that I had to study a lot, and even though I studied a lot, I couldn't retain anything. Like there was too much pressure because I don't know, for some reason. And if you ask me, I didn't really learn anything practical there, just theoretical. In here, even if I study 3 or 4 hours a day on a regular basis, that's more than enough because the teachers here, they kind of teach you by doing it themselves.
Okay. So it's
That's
more
a
like
major-
a practical learning for you.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you have to choose one word to describe it, that's practical based learning. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Sahil. So next I wanted to know is like in what direction you're planning to, go ahead. I know that you just started your bachelor's, but just let our audience know that how you can shape your career in your chosen field, especially because that is the next step. Everybody look forwards to. You're already into a university, and what kind of opportunities you wanted to take up, like a small internships, and then go abroad, get a different experience, do a thesis, and then what kind of career you are looking forward to.
All right. So I think in here I have, like, in the 4th or 5th semester, I have to do an internship abroad. So I'm kind of, trying to look for Barcelona, and then there's another like really appealing offer from Auckland in New Zealand.
Oh,
So,
wow, that's that's nice.
so I'm kind of, if you ask me, I'd love to go to New Zealand because the culture there is completely different. In Barcelona, I think there's again kind of a European culture. I know Spanish is different from German, but
Yeah.
I'd like to experience everything. So like that's what I really love about it, that I have options to explore. If you ask about jobs, so after I graduate, I can apply for a job seeker visa. So I get 18 months to search a job anywhere, either in Germany or in Europe. That's the best thing. The European Union has a lot to offer. Even if you have graduated from one particular country, you can work in 28 different countries with that one paper. So if I'm
Nice.
looking to like first do my internship in Auckland, and then after I graduate, maybe I do MBA as well, or if not, then I'll do at least 2 years of job in some kind of managerial position, either in Germany or in Switzerland.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to know. So what kind of career you would get after doing a management course, especially in business related, international business related? What kind of career options you might have?
It's very vast. Like again, the thing is that okay, my university also has a particular I'm sorry, I'm forgetting a word.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
a
fine.
particular
Take your time.
department, a particular
Uh-huh.
department that focuses on enhancing an individual's entrepreneurial skills. It's called ED, and I think if you propose your plan there, they can also help you get funding. And I think they have raised over 255 million euros as of till now in the past 20 years to fund their students' startup ideas. So I'm looking for that thing as well. If my like idea is really appealing, they might help me get funding. And I have like very brilliant classmates I can work with, whom I can work with. If not,
Fantastic.
then like as long as far as job is concerned, you can opt for any managerial positions. It also depends on your specializations. Like in the higher semester, you have to choose some specific electives. I either go for accounting or let's say be a manager, a regional manager, a product manager. It depends on what you choose as your elective. But still, it's very vast. Like there's so many options. It has so much to offer.
Okay, that's nice. And could you also let us know? I know you live in Berlin, so what about the language? How crucial part do you think it still plays, or you can still able to manage, or what is your experience with German language?
All right. If you personally ask me, then I studied German language from ISC, ISB itself. So I studied till B2. It's not really that tough for me. I kind of managed in Braunschweig as well 2 years, but in Berlin it's completely different. The head of my program, she herself says that Berlin is not Germany. Berlin is far different from Germany, because in Berlin, if you know English, you can do anything. If you go
Yeah,
to other
this
parts of Germany, say Munich, nah, you cannot survive without German. So it's not really that. If you don't know German, you cannot survive. But it's good to have, like, to develop social bondings, or like if you look for the long run, if you are planning to settle here or to work here, it's better to have. It's just a plus point. I won't say that it's necessary. If you don't know German, you can still manage.
okay. Yeah, I agree
But
with
it's
you. Yeah, in Berlin, they say Berlin is kind of, Deutsche Stadt, it's a world Stadt.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so it's never a German city, it is more an international city. So the opportunities are unlimited when you're in Berlin. So I'll just leave you over there, Sahil, 1 second. I will go back to Naren. We have another alumni student. Hi, Naren. How are you?
Hello, could you hear me? I'm good. How are you?
Yes, Naren, we can hear you well and good. How are you doing? Hope all is fine.
Yeah, everything is fine and everything's going fine, and I'm liking the university also.
Great. So Naren is our another alumni of last batch. So he's also into already got into university. So Naren, I want you to introduce yourself, a small brief. Where you come from, India, and you graduated with us, and now you are in university. So tell them also about a little bit about your experience coming here, finishing the course, and now going into university. Please mention them which university you are in, and the reason to choose this course, and why you took this one, as a small brief. Let everyone know
Yep,
their
sure.
experiences. Yeah, thank you, Naren. Now
So,
all yours.
hello, my name is Naren. I come from Coimbatore, which is a city in South India. Then I did my A levels from ISB, with ISB student colleague, and I chose to study computer science in the Hochschule University of Applied Sciences, which is located in Bavaria. And I chose computer science because I was really interested in computer science, and there is so much opportunities if you study computer science in Germany. Even though if you don't speak German language, I think there are still enough amount of jobs, and the most of the technologies you study about, or most of your books, are in English. So I think, yeah, like with a little amount of German and good knowledge of English, you would be able to survive in the computer science field. And with my experience with ISP was really smooth. I was able to prepare very well for my exams. They did help me a lot for preparing my exams, and I was able to score good grades. And I was able to apply in many different universities. I applied during the summer semester. I applied to Hochschule Hof. I applied to Hochschule Hamburg, and I applied to Hochschule Rosenheim, which is another city near Munich. Uh, I got into Hochschule Hof and Hochschule Rosenheim, but unfortunately I was not able to make it to Hamburg. But the program in Hamburg was not computer science, so it doesn't matter. So now I'm in Hof. It's a city in Bayern. It's not as big as Sahil city. It's not Berlin. It's very small compared to Berlin, but still I think it's close to many different bigger cities like Nuremberg or Munich, and uh, and it's really peaceful there, and you could really focus on your studies. And but even though the city is small, it's like a university city, and there are usually students from many different places from Germany, for example, my course is an international course. It's the first year in English. After that it's in German. So they also teach you the B2 level of German. They do the B2 course, they repeat the B2 course in the first year. So most of my colleagues are also from many different countries, like Sahil's course around from Croatia, from Spain, from Russia, Ukraine, from India, from many Latin American countries, from African countries. So it is really a good experience to talk to them and know about their culture and know about their way of life and how they do different things differently. And yeah, it is really fun to stay there. And then after 1 year, I will be mixed up with the German students. So it is also good to have a good connection with my seniors or with the current German students in my same semester. So we do attend events together. We do speak a lot of German with each other, and yeah, it's really fun in my opinion.
Perfect. Thank you, Naren. I think you almost covered all the points which I wanted to already ask you. That's
Yeah.
nice. So also tell our audiences that what kind of career opportunities it opens up for you. I know it is a very vast opportunity when it comes to computer science, but if you can able to very
Yeah.
briefly tell them few
What?
fields, what kind of it
Yeah, sure.
opens up, and especially maybe how you wanted to start your career in computer field, so that can also give an insight into the labor market to our audiences.
I think exactly yesterday there was a news in the German news Tagesschau saying that around 34,000, they need around 34,000 IT employees are lacking in Germany. Like highly skilled IT employees with a degree are lacking in Germany. And I think so there is a vast amount of jobs available and vast amount of career opportunities after you study computer science. For example, you can go into the field of cybersecurity, you can go into the field of data science, or you can become a software developer, you can build websites, or you can, like now many other companies have, like for example in Germany there's an issue of doing things with paper and not digitally. So many different companies want to digitalize their whole company. So for that they need a lot of IT employees who can take care of their systems, care for their computers, and for them to develop a digital platform. Like it can also, like I can also take electives or some courses to study management, like Sahil, and I can also go into project management in the field of IT, thus helping other companies or doing consultations for companies to how to digitalize their company. How can computer science help them to generate revenue, or how could they uh, do more efficiently, process more efficiently. But also for masters, I think I would be able to study like other programs like bioinformatics, which is like biology, computer science. If you have interest in like how to implement computer science in the field of biology, for like there are many researches happening. Like for example, one company like Neuralink, where they put chip in your brain to analyze information and stuff. Like there are many other companies in Germany also doing many different biological computer science integrated fields. You can also go there, or you can study Wirtschaft Informatik, which means business computer science, which also deals with bit more economics and business related and computer science. How you could integrate both to go into different fields such as consulting or into banking field. But I don't know how to exactly say all the opportunities, but it's very huge. It's like a basic degree through which you can specialize and go into different fields. Right now, I'm interested in more weird stuff, informatic, like more into management, more into business, and how to integrate computer science with business, and how it could help companies to develop different solutions to get more profits. That's what been interesting me now.
That's fantastic, Naren. So one of the greatest advantage in Germany is you have a lot of interdisciplinary fields. So you could able
Yes.
to mix and match a lot of things. In many countries, you cannot able to find courses business with computer science, biology with computer science, and mixing two completely interdisciplinary fields, and studying this together. And this what makes also the engineers very unique. You have two different fields, and you are very good in two different fields, and you could able to implement that. And that's where creativity happens, when you mix two interdisciplinary fields, and that's where the creativity is born. So I'm very happy that you're doing Wirtschaft with IT. That's
Yeah.
actually a huge potential is lying in that field, and it is very in the very very beginner stage. So I think that's a fantastic. So good that you're choosing that field as well. So
Yes.
Naren, can you tell a little bit about your course also? Like, how is
Okay.
your modules, and do you have internships to be done in the course, or like a thesis? Just talk about your course
Yes.
a little bit.
So my course is around 3.5. Like if you don't know German, then it takes around 4 years to complete the course, because you have to do a compulsory course to learn German in the first 2 semesters. So you would be splitting your first 2 semesters subjects for pushing it to next semester, so that you would take half a year extra to learn German. If you
Okay.
know German already, it is around 3.5 years to complete. So 3 years of coursework, half year of compulsory internship, because it's a Hochschule, it's not university. you have to do a compulsory internship in the end of the course, and you have to write a thesis, which could be related to the internship or it could be related to some other field in your course. And then you get to get your bachelor degree. So in my course, there are like usually in Hochschule, usually many companies visit your university in every semester. Like for example, there was a job board which like job exhibition in my university in last month. Many different companies from different parts of Bayern, like BMW or Telecom, Bayer, like big companies, Accenture, big companies did come to the university to offer positions, like what they do, what they offer, or what kind of work they can provide, why to do internship with them. They explained a lot, and people did make a lot of contacts, and people did network a lot. So it is we should put our own effort, but the university also really helps you to find internship, to learn German. It's a small town, so unlike Berlin, you have to speak a bit of German to do some things in the city. So it is, I think it disadvantage, but because it will really help you or motivate you to learn German, do practice German a lot in that city. And I think even though IT, let's say, German is not really needed to do the job, but I think speaking with your colleagues during lunch or like going out with your colleagues or to develop networks, it is really helpful to learn German. Also, it is very good if you could make many friends locally living in the region, because we have some problem, not only just for that, but they're also very nice people, and you could also learn a lot about their culture. And yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
very important to learn German.
Fantastic, Naresh. So, Naren, so like you mentioned, so you can see Sahil is from Berlin and Naren is from Hove. Two extremely different kind of cities. But one thing, if you notice, in even though the city is smaller and the place is smaller, the university still provides a fantastic opportunity. So that is the most important thing when you study in Germany. No matter if you are living in a small city, small dorf, or big city, the opportunity for you, the quality of the opportunity will still be the same. So the companies come and visit you, no matter if you're living in a small city or a big city. The professors will help you to find internships, and this kind of gives you a very fair advantage. So students don't really have to whether think about, okay, is it a small city, should I really go there, or should I only opt for a bigger city? So the only one thing in Germany you have to look into is whether do you like the course or not. Do you think that the course will help you to get a good exposure? That's the only thing you have to see. Hof or Braunschweig or Berlin or Munich, it does not matter where you study, but the opportunities for you would be still the same. You can able to land a good job in a very big company. Comes from nobody's gonna say, okay, you come from a different small city, or you come from this university. It does not happen like that. If you are qualified enough and if you're having good skill set, they will be ready to hire you. And that's why, like Naren said, they even come to you, like a job board. So they come and they give you the opportunity to come and talk to them, and also tell them what kind of internships they are having in their company, and what is the requirement, what is the skill set you need to go and get that internship. It could be a little bit of German, it could be coming from a little bit of computer background with some software skills. You could able to find a job. So the opportunity in Germany is definitely huge, and it's all about how well you take on that opportunity. So thank you, Naren, and thank you, Sahil. It was very insightful, because what I personally like this, you both are in two different cities, and coming from a very different view, our audiences can know that. So okay, I don't have to restrict myself to bigger cities. I should be open to go for any kind of cities, as long as the course is good, the modules are good, and the university is good, which in Germany is always the same. So they don't really have to look. And the best part about Germany is all the curriculum, all the modules is already open in public. You go to their website, you can able to find out exactly in first year, first semester, what you will be studying, second semester, third semester, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Everything is openly scheduled over there. And then you can also find the name of the courses and the professors who will be teaching you. Everything is available there, so you can make a very informed decision that, okay, whether this course will suit me or not, then should I go for a different course. So this is the advantage of having the options. And that's where ISB can help everyone, that your limitations is there is no limitations for you. Any kind of university you want to go, you can able to apply. So that's why we're very happy that a couple of our alumni students not choosing just one university or partner university. They are chose to go and study in university where they really like and where they really can shine. So thank you, Naren. I wish you all the best. Thank you, Sahil. I wish you all the best. And maybe some of the students or the people here can have some questions for you. Would you mind taking a couple of questions and answering them?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Okay. So now I leave it to our audiences. So if you have any questions, please make sure that the question is relevant to Sahil and Naren. Do not ask them any questions which they have no idea about. So because it will be put them on you in an uncomfortable situation. That's all. So ask them questions which you feel that would be helpful for you. So go ahead, please unmute yourself, and you can ask your questions. Or if you're really not comfortable, in talking, maybe you can just write in the group that if you wanted to, don't really have to talk. Okay, so okay, that's already happening. So Samiksha Gupta, are you doing a job there? Can you find a paid internships easily? So these are two different questions. So first one, I assume that are you doing a job, maybe like a part-time job, she means, or like a internship job. Second is, can you find an internship plus a paid internship? So if any one of you could answer this, would be great.
I think I might answer this. Currently, like I just moved to Berlin a couple of months back. I'm not doing a job right now. And I'll say when you come to Germany, I think the first time you get a visa for initial 6 months, I don't think, if you're from India, I don't think the Delhi embassy, the German embassy in Delhi gives you a work permit to work in Germany for the initial 6 months. When you opt for a visa extension, then you get a job permit. And I think you are bound to work no more than 20 hours a week as a student. And like there are two categories. If you're working for any part-time job, then I don't think it's hard to get. And there's another one that you do a job that's related to your field of study. So that's called a work student job. You have to apply it yourself. And I think if you're good enough, you can land interviews. And if they found you good enough, you can get a job. But again, like you're bound to work on no more than 20 hours a week. After you get the work permit, you cannot work without the work permit. That will not be, I think, legal.
Perfect. And what about internships? Could you land a paid internship when you are doing your graduation in year 2 or year 3 or year 4? Anyone can answer. Naren or Sahil, anyone can answer it.
So I've heard from many of my German colleagues saying that all the internship has to be paid. They cannot be unpaid. Like India, where in India, sometimes we have to pay the company to even take us for an internship sometimes. But in Germany, there is a rule that when you're working, you have to at least be paid for the minimum amount that you should be earning. I think it's around 11 or 12 euros. I'm not sure every
12 euros
hour
now.
how much. 12 euros now. So at least they have to pay the minimum wage. But usually companies do pay more than minimum wage. They pay really well when you're doing internship because it's like working on a full-time job. So around 40 hours per week you have to work when you're doing an internship. So you get paid really well when you're doing an internship and it's not unpaid. The case now, especially with my field.
Thank you, Naren. Perfect. So next, I'm looking forward to do computer science. Do I need to learn German? Alicia. So maybe Naren, I think you would be the right person to address this for me.
I think learning German is, apart from doing just to get into university, I think it is really important to learn German and don't see it as something foreign or something that you like in compulsion to do. I think it's like a regular step that you have to do when coming to Germany, in my opinion. But I think there are many programs that you don't have to do it in German language. There are many English programs opening up in many German universities. In computer science, I think you could go to DAAD. I think you might know the website called DAAD and check for the language. You could choose English and you would be able to sort out the programs of computer science which are there in English. So it is not necessary, it's not compulsory to learn German. But I think sometimes when going to a visa interview or somewhere, like for example, when you're going to the offices in German, government offices in Germany, it would be really useful if you can talk some basic German, so that you also show that you're interested in going to Germany.
Yeah. So just to add on to Naren's point, it is not mandatory for you to learn German, but come on, hey, we are all living here in Germany, so a little bit of language will not, do any harm. And you can study all your courses in English. That's absolutely fine. But along with that, if you can able to add around B2 level of German, that could be a killer combination. When you go for an interview, when you go for a practicum, anywhere you go, you come with a very nice degree, with a very good experience, very good skill set. And also, if you have a B1 B2 level German, I would say B2 level German, then there is no reason to look back. They would be definitely hire you. So that becomes a very good combination for you. You can be very good in skill set, and add a little bit of German onto that. You can land a job as soon as possible. So to anyone who asks, you can study in English, but please add German as much as possible. That's all.
Hello.
Great. Hi.
Hi. Hello, sir. Balaji, sir. Hi, Naren, Sahil. Sir, I am Dr. Shilpa Shekhar. My son is studying in 12th standard, and he is very much determined to study bachelor's in Germany.
Okay.
Till now, means my concern is that he is interested to get the admission in public university specifically. Studio Colin, anyhow, he is saying that instead of doing the first year bachelor in India, he will be doing the Studio Colin there in Germany. And somebody has advised me it's better to do Studio Colin in private rather than in public, because you will get the temporary admit this one for the bachelors through private universities. Moreover, for getting the admission in public universities, sir, what exact the criteria they see? Because I saw the TUM University, they are having hardly 7% absorption rate for public university. So regarding if I have to speak for my son, he is having the 12 patents by his name, and he was the youngest Indian to get the 4 patents at the age of 12 years. This year also, under the Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav, Modi ji instructed the Ministry of Commerce to prepare a brochure regarding the awareness of entrepreneurship, skill, innovation, and all those things. And they made a 27. Piyush Goyal made a 27 pages brochure. Along with that, they thought to give the 2 examples. One is international and one is national. In international, they gave the example of Graham Bell. And in India, amongst a lot of lakhs of innovations, they sorted out 30 innovations, and which the 30 members list was been sent to PMO. And among that, my son was been selected to this one to go there.
Okay.
And specifically, Nitin Gadkari also felicitated him and took his presentation for his patents in his ministry. And at present, he is doing the Rotman School of Management course for data analysis. And
Ma'am, can I ask what he wants to study in Germany?
He wants to go towards technology side, sir. He is not very specific because he is not aware which all branches are there. Either maybe data analysis, maybe AI, maybe computer science, or that.
Okay.
And how Naren said that there is a interdisciplinary, all departments are open and you can learn the things, and the same is his vision. He should not stick to one particular thing. He want to absorb multiple dimensions, so that in a holistic way he can execute the things.
Okay, ma'am. I got your point. So I would take this question. Firstly, wonderful. You have a very brilliant child, and I'm happy that he has chosen to go to Germany as an option. We are happy that to know that. So I'll tell you, ma'am, the public universities are always, a little competitive. To go there, you have to put a little bit of effort. So one of the requirement to join those universities is how well you perform in the preparatory year. How well you already score in your grade 12. So your grade 12 score should be good. I would say 80 above, just to put an Indian percentage. I'm saying 80 and above is good. And then when he comes to the preparatory course, he should be able to score between 1 to 1.5. That is somewhere between 85 to 95, 100 in this range, if he can score, then his opportunities would be much higher. I mean, even if he gets a lesser score than that, he can able to find university, but maybe if his choice of university might not be available.
Yeah,
For example, if he has 95, let's say, then
yeah,
he has the choice to choose between the university. Every single
correct,
university want to, get give admit to such kid, so that
correct.
is why I would say if he can score 90 and above, his opportunity is unlimited. What I would suggest, ma'am, please take one of our counseling sessions with our team. We will be able to give you a step-by-step process on how he can come here, what all the
Please,
things
sir.
need to be done.
Yeah,
So,
sir.
Uzma, kindly take the details, or please drop in your email address. Ma'am, we will drop the email address of our colleagues. So kindly drop an email. We will set up a counseling call for you where
Sure,
we
sir.
can talk in detail,
Sure, sir. Yeah,
in
yeah.
detail about it. Yeah,
Sir, how can you get a mail ID, sir?
ma'am, you will just see in the chat box. You
Okay,
can just get our email address, ma'am.
okay.
So
And in the 11th, he got 94%, sir. So maybe approximately that range of percentage also he may get in 12th standard.
that's
And
fantastic, ma'am.
you know,
It's very good. So
and now he's starting learning German language also till B2 level. From A1 he is starting now, and his
that's
planning
good,
is
ma'am.
that by January he will complete the B2 level.
Okay, fantastic. That's actually very nice, ma'am. The more he learns, the better for him to adapt things here in Germany.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's good. Thank you,
Thank,
ma'am. Okay,
sir, otherwise,
next.
accommodation and culture wise, everything wise, it's very safe and part-time jobs and all.
Absolutely, ma'am. So safety-wise, you don't have to worry. Germany is very, keen on keeping the safety intact. So you will never have to worry about your son or daughter's
Yeah,
safety here in Germany. So
okay.
please don't worry about that, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so I will take a couple of more questions, and so we have 15 minutes more left in the session. So I'll try to take 2, 3 more questions, and then we have to wind up. And Naren and Sahil, thank you again. And if you have, any other commitments, please, you please go ahead and you can leave, and I can take it forward from there. But if you want, you can more than happy to stay for the next 10, 12 minutes.
Okay, thank
All
you,
right.
sir. I think I need to leave because I
Yes.
joined this session in between of 2 classes. So my another class starts in 15 minutes. I think I'll go.
No
Thank you,
problem,
Yeah,
sir.
Sahil.
and
Thank you again.
I have a lecture
Thank you,
in
sir.
15 minutes exactly, so I have to
Yeah.
I appreciate
go ahead.
Naren and Sahil taking your time off in the class day. So thank you so much. Please go back to your classes, and I wish you both good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Good luck, Sahil.
Thank you. Bye
You too,
bye.
Naren. Bye.
Okay, so let me go ahead. I think I already have 4 or 5 questions in the comments. So let me go. Is JEE mains or advanced required? So it's not a requirement for you to study in Germany, but if you study JEE mains, that very good for you. It's an added advantage. Um I want to study masters in material science. So people who ask about masters, this is completely a different topic. So I would suggest you have a question related to postgraduate or master's degree. Kindly get a session with our colleague Usma, so she can explain you what all the things need to be done. So you can already find the email address of her here in the chat box. So please copy it, because once the session is over, you cannot able to find the email address. So do it. But we already have all of your email addresses registered. We will be anyway sending you a feedback form, so you can also get back to us through that feedback form. So next, I would like to study computer science, and also my student colleague in ISP. So I would like to ask, what are the sport opportunities in terms of basketball? So Germany is actually very well versed in when it comes to sports. So in Germany, we have this Sportverein. So it's like a sports organization. So every single city, every single university, will have a verein, will have a team, with you. So even if your university might not have a team, but the city will have a team, and they are ready to take anyone living in that city. So I would suggest that if you wanted to, do that, if you're studying with ISB, let's say you're studying with ISB, so you can join the basketball verein in Braunschweig. So you can go there and you can talk to people, and they're very nice people, the vereins. So sports unite, irrespective of the culture, creed, and people. So they're more than happy to welcome you. If you're good, they would take you in the team. They will call you for the trial. So yes, not only studies, in Germany, extracurricular activities are really, really great. So you can able to join in number of friends. Even when I came to Germany first in 2012-13, so I didn't know something called Frisbee even existed. So I don't know what is even that, but it was very fascinating for me. I went there and I learned Frisbee. I very much like, and I started with the team. I played in my university team in BTU Cottbus for 3 years, in the Frisbee team. So then I become a Frisbee player for 6 years. So the opportunities are, you never know, it's good that, you're talking about sports also, not just education. So Germany is the place for sports as well. As Germans are good in all the sports, almost all the sports you can find them. So you could be one of them. Great. Next, is it possible to take health related courses like physiotherapy, dental? Yes, absolutely. So your options are not limited to engineering or to management. You can also choose science related programs. You can go physiotherapy, you can go dentist, you can also do veterinary sciences. So there are many science related programs that are also possible for you after graduating from ISB. Yes, you can also do that. Nashwaman, I understand that you joined late, so unfortunately you have missed the session. But we have recorded the entire session. So in a span of 5 to 6 days, you can find this entire session in our YouTube channel. Please go ahead and search ISB Student Colleague in YouTube. You can find our channel. You can also find our previous sessions which we did. There are like 8 to 9 videos in our previous sessions. Alumni Talks 2.0, Alumni Talks 1.0, where our alumni shared their experiences and we talked about ourselves, and we even brought other partner universities like THWS. Sarah, who's working in THWS, she explains wonderfully about the courses. So please go ahead into our YouTube channel, look into the videos, and it should be able to answer almost all of your questions. And still, if you have, please feel free to drop an email to us, and we'd be happy to give you a one-on-one free counseling session to know more about our courses. Okay, so let me go back to questions if I missed something. So, El Khansa, so your dream is to travel to Germany. I appreciate it, and we can help you. And you're a mechanical engineer already. That's good. So you can also come here. You can do your masters. Not a problem. If you have not learned German, it's still okay. You can learn German with us, and also you can do your masters here in German in free public universities. So ISB specialties, we always help students to go into public universities where there is no tuition fees. So that is the main aim of ISB, guiding them to public universities. Rafiq, I'm 36 years old from Afghanistan and study journalism. Can I continue my major? Yes, you can still study. Definitely, there is nothing going to stop you. How much money do I need? So honestly, I cannot tell you on that, because you need to have a blocked account. Blocked account costs 11,000 euros. On top of that, the German language cost and everything. So Rafiq, I would suggest please book a counseling session with Usma, so she can go into her documents, which she can verify your documents, and she can make a tailor-made plan for you how you can go to Germany. Alicia, you're looking forward to do computer science program. That's fantastic. I think we have answered this question. Do you live in apartment or university? So I can answer for the alumni. So Sahil is not staying in university hostel because Berlin is so huge. You are not able to find. You can definitely not find a place in the university dorm. But whereas in Naren's case, it's different. So he might stay in the university dorm, or maybe somewhere near the university together with his friends. Because not only Naren is studying there, a couple of more students of us also studying in the same university. In hope they're also doing English, Fadil and the other student as well. So let me see if there's any other question. Okay, so there is no other question. So I have 2 more minutes. We all have 2 more minutes. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask your questions. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. If not, you can drop an email to us later. And feel free to go and follow all our social medias. We keep always, putting all the informations about our courses, deadlines, and webinars, and all the information related to study in Germany in Instagram, in Facebook, and in LinkedIn, in other places, in all the social media platforms as well. Great. Should we wait for 1 more minute to take any more question? Last question.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Balaji, and I really hope it was helpful, and it would be wonderful to see that, you get to know about the country or about the programs from the students themselves. If you
Yes.
want to explore more, you're more than welcome to ask any kind of questions to us. Like Balaji mentioned, we have left a contact info in the chat box. You can write to us, or you can call us, or you book a session, or you book an appointment with us. We can do one-on-one talking and get to understand your profile. So we do an assessment and then we guide you. Yes, if you're acceptable and if you're eligible to come to country, we definitely will guide you through the processes. Thank you all. Thank you so much, Balaji, for being part of this and taking up the session. It was lovely, wonderful to see you and see you all. We are definitely going to have more of webinars like this coming up in future for you to know about all you need to know about settling in Germany, be it before bachelor's or for master's. Like Balaji said, do follow us and know more about it. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you all. See you all in the next session. And if you missed this session, please go ahead to our YouTube channel. You can find the entire session in a couple of days. See you all. I hope to see many of you from here to ISB and to Germany very soon. Bye-bye. Take care.